tomorrow, October 2nd, we have our final solar eclipse in Libra, okay? So y'all, we've been in the thick of eclipse season, and we're almost done with the Aries Libra eclipses, okay? And this started back in April of 2023. And I talked a lot about Aries and Libra and what this eclipse cycle was gonna bring. And I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Before I go into this, I just wanna say, please, please, please say a prayer for all of the people affected by Hurricane Helene, and but especially in my home state of North Carolina and the beautiful western North Carolina mountains that I cherish so dearly, and the people there, because obviously it is devastating. I think it's like over 150 deaths, 700 people still missing, and yeah, I think anyone from North Carolina and beyond, but this is just mind-blowing and devastating, and I'm having a hard time with it emotionally, just like how do you help, So donate if you can. Just say prayers. That's the freest, the cheapest, number one thing that you can do, okay? But back to the eclipses. So when the eclipses started, I was telling everyone, so these Aries Libra eclipses, okay, so we won't get this exact type of eclipse cycle again for another 18 and a half years. Okay, so the last time was like 2005, that we had like a solar Libra eclipse, okay? So Libra and Aries is about independence, Aries, and the North Node is there, which is what we're all going towards. We're trying to gain independence, trying to gain individuality. They're both cardinal signs, so they're go-getters, they're initiators, they're starters. But then Libra on the other side, where the South Node is, which is karmic endings and losses, is balance of relationships and harmony, and just how much we give in relationships, okay? So Libra, the archetype of Libra, the traits of Libra, they usually deal with in their life these themes of learning to put up boundaries because they lack boundaries, or they'll sacrifice themselves for others, or they'll disrespect your boundaries, but they're codependent. But this is, Libra energy is also about balance and harmony and just wanting to keep the peace and justice. However, this eclipse cycle with the South Node there, which is karmic endings, losses, and then the North Node in Aries, everyone had a bigger theme with these eclipses around choosing yourself and partnerships or relationships that are draining you or that are no longer aligned, because we were always shifting and changing and expanding. And I think a lot of people have been shifting and expanding and awakening over this eclipse cycle, which has been a beautiful thing. So this eclipse, and any eclipse, brings fated and karmic changes in your life, okay? So just because it's the South Node in Libra, though, doesn't mean it's necessarily endings of relationships. You could also meet your fated partner. Me and my partner, we met on the Libra Solar Eclipse last year on October 14th, okay? So actually, you can also think back to that eclipse on October 14th last year and see what kind of themes were going on for you, because this is a continuation and the closure of all of that. So depending on what house you have, Aries and Libra, that can tell you, how these are going to, in more detail, how this will affect you. But yeah, so for me, it's been my health, because it's been my 6th house of day-to-day routines, Aries, service to others, and my health, and the 12th house. And it has been very difficult. I know all Scorpio risings, I'm sure, can agree, but depending on where you are in your life and your chart. But so now I've had to, take a pause and learn to go with the flow and, take care of my body first. And finally, it's all happening at the end of the eclipse cycle. It was introduced at the beginning, and now I'm here doing it and closing it out. It's been a long journey. So you probably have some type of story like that you have been experiencing since this began last spring, okay? So like I said, this could be very fated karmic endings or beginnings, okay, and closures of things. It's also like this energy of miracles, where there's something you've been wanting to release and let go of. Like, this could be that time where it's gone. It's finally gone. And you're like, how did that just happen? It's like that, okay? But just know that it really could bring up, closures or awareness of, relationships that you are no longer, wanting to engage in and you need to sever. On top of that, sorry, got my very Virgo over here, okay? On top of that, the solar eclipse is conjunct Black Moon Lilith, which is the repressed feminine. I think a lot of people are going to be stepping into the divine feminine power. We all have feminine inside of us, okay? We all have feminine and masculine energies. So I think a lot of people are going to be stepping into their power, you know, not giving a shit, and they're just going to be themselves, and they're not going to be repressed by the man, by men, or anyone. They're not going to be repressed internally from their childhood. All of these things, and really stepping into their divine power and going after their truth and doing the work or their soul work that they're supposed to be doing, okay? But we may have been fearful to do that or felt like there'd be backlash, and I can definitely understand because I've been there. But you just got to do what you are guided to do. This is your life. This is your life. So be free. We also have Mercury today, well, actually conjunct Cazimi with the sun. But it's also going to be there in the mix with the eclipse tomorrow. So you may be getting insights or clarity or downloads, and awareness. You know, things may just start clicking for you over these last few days, like the last 2 days. And the energies are intense, guys. The energies are very intense. We've got the Schumann's resonance popping off. We've got solar flares. We have all this shit going on. So if you're a sensitive person energetically, you're feeling it. But we got to go with the flow. We got to go with the flow. And that's why I'm still not back to you guys yet, because I just got to go with the flow. You know, it's like we can't try to control. If we try to control and force the outcome, it's just going to be a difficult journey climbing up a mountain and not getting anywhere. Like, you never get to the top, you know? So you just got to go with the flow. No resistance. Let spirit guide you. Let the day guide you. Let your energy guide you. If you need rest, rest. If you need water, water. Drink water. If you need to take a bath, do your self-care stuff. Like, this is a great time for self-care. The last thing I wanted to say too is, yeah, we also have a very supportive grand water trine that's going on between Venus and Mars and Saturn, okay? And they're all in water signs. We've got Venus in Scorpio, we've got Mars in Cancer, which has been it's been a part of all this horrendous flooding and natural disaster stuff. And then we have Saturn and Pisces. So this is like a very supportive aspect to be going on, even though it is with the two malefics, the two, like, you know, darker planets that create destruction or, you know, restriction, but also rewards. But there's a supportive trine. So I feel like people are going to just be able to break through. Pluto, please. I feel like people are just going to be able to break through, okay? And like go after what they want, you know, go after what they want without anything holding them back, okay? Sorry, I've been MIA. I've been working on my health. Because I found during this eclipse cycle, lots of imbalances, South Node in Libra, in the systems of homeostasis in the body, okay? So anyways, it's closing out. I'm going to be back as soon as I can be back, but I just wanted to jump on today and give you guys just a little bit about the eclipse. Fading and karmic changes are coming. So just go with the flow, because then you'll go where you're meant to be, you know? If you try to take control, it's not. But however, when things are faded, they're faded. You know, shit's gonna happen anyways. If you're gonna meet your partner, you know, you're gonna meet your partner. If you're gonna break up with your partner, you're gonna break up with your partner. Okay, so let's tap in. Let's see what's going on. Just a couple cards, man, because this is long. But then I'm gonna jump it off. Yeah, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Ooh, it's the Star, healing. Yeah, this is like people getting more grounded, getting the clarity and the truth that they need about how they need to move forward with healing. Either they're going to begin to feel the healing, or these new wishes, dreams are going to be coming up, or this is giving them the insights towards their healing journey. Yeah, and I do think, I think a lot of people are also experiencing changes when it comes to finances and health and routines. And people also, maybe for someone specifically, I feel like there's an emotionally abusive masculine energy, or like emotionally controlling energy for some reason, that you're going to be releasing. And that's going to definitely be in your highest good. But for everyone, this eclipse is also in a square to Ceres, which is an asteroid that has to do with food sensitivities, mothering, nurturing the body, taking care of the body. So that's also, and it's in Capricorn, an earth sign. So this is also giving me more of the vibe that I'm probably not the only one that's completely changing my health. And I know that I'm not, because I've heard from other people that they're also happen to be doing the same thing. So yeah, I think a lot of people are just getting control of their life, trying to get everything into homeostasis and more balance. Some people I do think are going to meet people, but also I think a lot of people are just stepping into their power, okay? Yeah, I think a lot of people are stepping into their power to move away from anything that's holding them back. And that's the whole benefit of this eclipse cycle, okay? So now this is 10 minutes. I'm sending you all so much love. I'll be back as soon as I can. Hang in there with the eclipse. And I'll see you soon.